Hi guys, I'm Kiki, and today I'm talking about my final response for Eurydice Virtual. So first of all, for my concept statement, I think the production of Eurydice transcends the traditional mythological narrative of lovers' tragedies mistake, centering the core tragedy on Eurydice's profound struggle for self-identity. Like our principal guidance is that Eurydice, um, like herself, was never truly seen by Erebus. She exists as a projection of her romantic imagination. I feel like in the mortal world, Eurydice is encased in an idealized cell. Her personality shapes to conform to Erebus' vision, like his imaginations. So I feel like when Erebus ties a thread around Eurydice's fingers, like in the Act One, Scene One, like he want to control him, or like he want to control her. So I don't think this is a healthy, balanced relationship between each other. So in the model world, I feel like when Eurydice's father's trying to help her to remember all her memories, and this is what they connect their personality together. This is where Eurydice find herself with a really slow way, but puzzle them together, find her own heart inside the herself. Like maybe she forgot because when he having a relationship with Oedipus, she forgot what is her true self. So our virtual design will strongly between the identity mortal self with the reinvented underworld self. Uh, in the and then this is my look board. I will specifically explain my look board. Like for the first one, um, this is a European style with a fountain, and this images shows the different beauties and the identity cell of the model world. It is classical romantic, and it's really backdrop for love that Oedipus might have construct for Eurydice. This one is a green geometric hill, and these images I think represent a fantastical and somewhat illogical space. The green geometrical hills can symbolize the distorted nature forms in the underworld, while the scattered seeds figures such as the confused and individual isolate that comes with others. This one is a I think it's from a drama, and this is a black tower with some rose, the black tower and the red patterns posed by underneath, and are strong symbols of death. Remember, re, remember, and like I think this could represent the moment of Eurydice dies, or Oedipus' great grief over her passing in the mortal world. It's a tragedy nature of their love. This one is the only one street light in the dark. This images I feel like is really loose, loneliest, and the stagnation of time. I feel like the darkness contracts shapes with so source of light from the street light lamp. I think it actually represents the fragment state of Eurydice's memories in the underworld, where he can only see a small piece of light in front of him, and is unable to see the whole picture, which Eurydice cannot see the whole, uh, personality of Eurydice. This one is a plaster walls with heart shapes. I feel like this images echoes heart shapes curtains in the real world section, but it's more direct. Mm, I feel like this is like breaking down of the show of good love in the mortal world, revealing the raw flesh and blood of true self underneath, or the starting point for Erda's inner pain and invention after her broke experience in the underworld. Um, this one I feel like is a greenhouse with both um, structures. I feel like this symbolizes the fragment state of Eurydice memory, or abandoned mortal object in the underworld that carry the imprint of the past but are no longer whole. These images create a sense of drama and isolate through the strong spotlight and the dark background. I feel like the two figures' standards on different acts and are far apart suggest that when Oedipus and Eurydice are in meeting in the underworld, there is a huge emotional and gap between them. And then through their physical clothes, they may not be able to truly understand and touch each other. This one is a hand-drawn draft of a classical garden, the proportional and form of the building and planets are are with like zero distortions, colorful yet somewhat from velocity. I feel like Eurydice's experience in the early days of Underworld is an virtual chaos and dissonance. This one I feel like is a gold rapidly creates a sense of luxury while creating a enclosed. In it, Eurydice may constantly scrutinize herself, trying to conform to what Oedipus or society her to be. This one is a classical piano. I feel like this echoes Oedipus' artist's word and the situation of the mortal Eurydice. The piano symbolizes Oedipus' musical talent, while the setting creates a carefully arranged Eurydice environment as Oedipus' muse. Her thought and interest may be inevitably suppressed in the musical space. This one is two people in a dark blue empty room, and a man and a woman actually can represent Oedipus and Eurydice. And actually, virtualization of Eurydice's inner alienations and the manifestations of her stagnant time on an emotional level. This picture shows the continuous create structures of repetitions and order. I feel like it symbolizes the Eurydice limited in the right view of the words in the modal world, of her perspective as framed by Eurydice's perfect imaginations. This one is the lovers in the field of flowers. This can show the romantic love between them, but it may remain superficially and without deep in self. It's like which Oedipus considering the happiness. This one, the back of a swimming, is showing a lot of loneliness, contemplations, and the thing of time stagnations. I feel like this could represent Eurydice's contemplations as her comfort the fragments of her memory alone during the process of herself in the underworld and her inner lonely. This one, the last photos, is a isolated little house and advanced. These images present a scene of extreme isolation and detachment. The vast plains and the only small house stretches forgotten fragment of memory, as well as Eurydice's journey to find her inner house as her reinvent herself in the underworld. So that's all my analyze for the mood board. For the cartoon looks board, this one is for the modal board, and I feel like you can use cell cleanse. You can use cell cleanse or like the colors more like lashes, classic, romantics, and even with the bending cut. But for the costumes inside the underworld, I feel like this color should be untouched, raw, and deep, and maybe fabric using the cotton linen and hand woven fabrics looks old with ears and uh, hard to touch, I guess. Thank you. That's all.